upside right is what we might be. How do I do this over here? I have to go to my own channel and join my own deal here. Let's see. How do I join my own thing? You know, I'm a computer guy, and sometimes I feel like I'm freaking 80 years old. Speaking of 80s, we've got the 1887, the NAMM 1887 rumor mill here, which we're going to check out. Oh, here's my channel, and here is my video. Basically, I gotta join this up right now so that I can watch you guys comment. I've already got somebody in the somebody's already thumbs up me, and somebody's already joined. I don't even know who it is. Okay, hold on. Be there in 1 second. No, don't play an ad.
This is a custom label.
Don't play an ad. Just because I talked about stickers, it's going to talk about stickers. Okay, hold on here. Who we got logged in? How come I can't see the chat? Yo is what I put. How come I don't see the chat at the side? If you're logged in, whoever's logged in, can you chat so it'll bring the chat up at the side? All right, yeah, it's Quest for Gear. We're going to do the top 10 NAMM rumors from 1887. Oh, I know why. I'm in the wrong stupid video. Man, I suck at this. Really am getting older. Here's my live. Now I'm joining my own live, and I am right side up. So who do we got in the chat? Doesn't say. All right, no worries. NAMM 2026 just passed, and I missed most of it. Luckily, Vic the Synth was covering a lot of it, a lot of the gear rumors, and I don't get to go down to NAMM 2026. Oh, it's Felix W967. Hello, Quest. Great vids. All right, hey, thanks a lot, and thanks for sending the chat there. I was really confused. All right, cool, Felix. Thank you. Can you hear me? Okay. I just tried to send you a heart or something. I'm gonna put thanks. Damn, I'm old when it comes to some of this stuff. All right, NAMM 2026 just passed. I don't get to go because I'm not a big enough YouTuber. Someday I would like to go. Vic the Synth and I have decided we're going to go. We'll probably try to go down there, hook up with Warheart Arts, and we'll probably try to bring Mike Forrester with us. Yes, Felix says, very informative. Sure, I can hear perfect. All right, that's perfect. We'd want to bring Mike with us, and Vic and I, we vow to go once, and we vow to go once and get kicked out because he said if he goes, he's not going to be able to behave himself. And I agree completely. I don't want to get kicked out of the country, but I would definitely go to NAMM to get kicked out once. It'd be amazing, especially if like we were all recording, streaming, doing the YouTube thing. But anyway, I had done a video. This is going to spoil the some of the plot here if I don't turn away. Before I got busy, I'd done a video, the top 10 rumors of NAMM 2026. And where is that video? Oh, here it is. The top 10 rumors of NAMM 2026. I dug deep and I brought us all the rumors. They weren't real rumors. It was like a David Letterman attempt at me trying to be funny. And sometimes that's not appropriate. Sometimes you guys don't think I'm funny and you just want me to get back to the gear, and I get that. So this year we're going to try to be less funny and dramatic and less fighting with companies. And we really are just going to try to grab gear and talk about it because that is what you guys want. You want me to grab a piece of gear that maybe you own it, maybe you want to buy it, maybe you used to own it. Either way, for whatever reason, you're interested in this model number. So if it's a Dan Electro, Dan Echo, or it's a Behringer Vintage Phaser Model VP1, you guys are on YouTube searching model numbers. Like I said, you either own it, or you want to own it, or you used to own it. Either way, for some reason, you guys have searched this gear, and you want to hear somebody talk about it. And that's at the heart of Quest for Gear. What this is it's going to be a gear library of all the gear we can get our hands on from now till, realistically, I'll probably die around 2050. I mean, it's just statistically and how my health is and, the family history, there's no chance of me making it to 2080. But I could probably make it to 2050. So it'll be a gear library from now till then of every piece of gear I can possibly get my hands on. We're also going to do some no-talk stuff. I know sometimes you guys are like, stop talking. We don't want to hear you talk. Just play with the phaser, but stop talking. Okay, well, we're going to do that stuff too. But for today, on this live, and YouTube likes to encourage me to do lives for some reason, and I don't know why, because they never pay me back. I do appreciate you guys watching them if you do watch them. For this video, having already done the top 10 rumors of NAMM 2026, we're going to do the top 10 NAMM rumors of 1887. I bet you guys didn't even know there was a NAMM in 1887. Before we do that, we got to let Chewy up. Down, I should say. Because he's up and he's down, and he's hard to deal with. All right, come on, Chewy. There he is. All right. Back to the show. Top 10 rumors of NAMM 1887. You guys are saying, what is this NAMM that you're talking about? It's the North American something something. One of the M's I think does not stand for music. You'd be surprised what NAMM stands for. It's something lame, like merchants meeting or something like that, like North American Merchants Meeting. I don't know. I don't care. I just know it's when all the new gear comes out. It's when they announce the new guitars, the new guitar pedals, the drums, the pianos, the synthesizers, the basses. That's why it's exciting for me, Quest for Gear, because this is when the new gear comes out. So without further ado, I had done the top 10 NAMM rumors from 1887. Here we go. That's not it. That is my affiliate link list. Here we go. Quest for Gear's NAMM rumors of 1877. Rumor number 10. Gibson's rumored to introduce a double-cutaway horse, not a guitar, an actual horse with 2 saddles. People were furious. And I note that there is an opportunity here for a joke about the horse's neck breaking, like what happens to Gibson's guitars. So put it in the comments if you can think of one to finish this joke. The joke being that Gibson guitars have a bad history of the neck, or specifically up at the headstock, breaking. So that's the joke. Rumor number 9. The Fender family migrates to the USA and catches NAMM 1877. When interviewed, they said, "Our family motto is to get it right the first time, and you'll see what we mean with the Telecaster." So, yeah, well, that was interesting that someone back in 1877 caught up with the Fender family decades before Leo Fender was born, and that their family motto was "get it right the first time," and man, did they ever. Rumor number 8. Martin Guitars is expected to release a O-00-000-000 model. The reviewers say it had infinite sustain because it never physically existed. Rumor number 7. Someone claimed Steinway was unveiling a piano with a built-in steam engine. Rumor number 6. A new Germany company comes to NAMM in 1887. They call the company Behringer, and onlookers were confused when Behringer said, my email. Let me fix my email up here really quick. Let's start that one again. They call their company Behringer, and onlookers were confused when they said, quote, "We're just here to have a good time, everyone. Not here to steal everything." Rumor number 5. A rumor about that same company. Behringer will clone the telegraph. Hey, wait a minute. Rumor number 6 was that Behringer wasn't going to steal anything. And now rumor number 5 is a rumor about that same company, that Behringer will clone the telegraph. Even in 1887, people were complaining online, meaning that people literally climbed on an old pole and sat on a line, probably a telegraph line, and they complained about Behringer because of the stealing. So that's quite a humorous observation and turn of events. Rumor number 4. New music gear company called Mackie unveils the Yell Stick. Keep in mind, this is 1887. All they had was wood and, oil to work with. It's a stick and you just yell at it. So, yeah, I don't know how that's a musical instrument. The top brass at Mackie says that sales are so successful that they probably won't even need to bother trying to invent anything else for another 140 years or more. It's the Yell Stick. Well, that kind of, we have all the hindsight now, but you fast forward to now and you look at it, you're like, so that's why Mackie doesn't really invent anything. They had the success of the Yell Stick back in 1887. I mean, if you're riding high on those sales, why would you bother to do any R&D? Rumor number 3, 1887 NAMM rumored to offer early access passes for a whole 3 cents. But Mule and Clydesdale parking was still an entire dime. Jeez, that's a lot of money back then. That's like a month's pay to park at NAMM 1887. A whole month's pay down in the coal mine or working with them sheep. That was your 2 options, right? 1887. It was either the coal mine or working with them sheep. All right, rumor number 2, Dr. McKillicuddy's Tonewood ointment. Some say he's a guy just selling snake oil. It's an ointment that claims it improves tonewood. Musicians still argue about it to this day. Rumor number 1 from NAMM 1887. The biggest 1887 rumor is that Universal Audio will never put their plugins in native format. 139 years later, it's still controversial. So you might be thinking, well, they didn't have computers and DAWs and plugins back then. No, plugins were these little wooden blocks, and you would plug them into your piano or your old-timey 1887 instrument. You would plug them in, and native format wasn't like native to the computer plugin format. It meant they weren't going to make plugins for Native American people back in 1887. They weren't going to make the Native American style plugins. That's why it's still controversial. Now, fast forward to today, sure, it means something different. So that's your number 1 rumor for NAMM 1887. Actually, we got a bonus. We got a bonus rumor. Black Lying Audio changes their name to Black Lion Audio. They said they still love lying to people, but admitting it was bad for business. So a lot of you guys don't know that you guys just know Black Lion Audio. You didn't know the original name back in 1887 was Black Lying Audio. Because they love to lie. Because they love to lie to people. And they said, we still love to lie to people, but admitting it is bad for business. And I have all the emails and receipts to, back this joke up. But anyway, hey, that's the Quest for Gear 1887 NAMM rumors on the heels of NAMM 2026 just getting done with. Like I said, I missed most of it. Vic covered a lot of it. It sounds like Behringer's putting out a Juno 8. It sounded like Taylor Guitars was putting some sweet guitars out. It sounded like I can't even remember. Let's see. Let's try to pull some of this stuff up. We can talk about it. The new gear of 2026. Oh, look, Reverb. My favorite, one of my favorite places to get gouged on gear when I sell my gear. But anyway, all right. Let's see. Ooh, look at that. Epiphone. What else we got here? Oh, there are some crazy looking guitars come out. Tim Henson gives a sneak peek of his customs. If you can't play like Tim Henson, which only Tim Henson can play like Tim Henson, then why would you give a rat's butt about owning a guitar that I just don't understand this whole thing. And I don't know that it matters, but is a Tim Henson a guy or a girl or a human or an alien? I don't know. I'm not into that virtuoso stuff. I never have been. Electro Harmonics Effects interface. Yes, I did hear about this. It's a modular hub for Stompbox signal control. That is super cool, although I have a radial in my 500 series gear. So if I want to use my stomp boxes in my DAW as external outboard hardware, it's actually not a problem. These are super affordable. Of course, you'd have to have a 500 series rack first. The Midas 10 slot being one of the most affordable 500 series racks you can pick up. But the radial will allow you to use any stomp box. As you can see, I've got some more stomp boxes lying over here. Any stomp box is outboard gear. So you want to put that delay pedal on your snare drum or that distortion pedal on your vocal. It's all doable. But what this NAMM 2026 rumor is that Electro Harmonics has put out a modular hub for stomp box signal control. It's worth a look. It could be cool. What else do we have here? Add expression to your guitar strap. That's a weird thing. The Casio Dimension Shifter. When do you ever hear Casio making stuff for guitar? That's super interesting. Benson Amps unleashes an 880 watt all tube monster. I bet 880 watt. That's crazy. It's like a PA system. Well, what is it anyway? Oh, it's a guitar amp. Yeah, it is a guitar amp. That's cool. Yeah. I got a lot of catch up to do here. Oh, look at this. The Yamaha Pacificas. They look amazing. I can tell you that there's these weird shapes, but they also do a Telecaster, which I'm super interested in. It's not showing it here, but surely if I hit play on this video, it would. But yes, Yamaha is putting out a Telecaster, which looks beautiful. Vox, yes, with their hand-wired AC30 head cab combo. That's kind of cool. Victor Wooten's new Fedora Signature, the 83 Classic Monarch. That looks a bit too complicated for me. I don't get into stomp boxes with more than 3 knobs on them. New Fender Custom Shop Masterbuilt showcase at Wood Wires and Bolts. Custom Shop Masterbuilt guitars. It sounds like they're just putting another label on Custom Shop so that they can charge even more money. Dunlop unveils an Eddie Van Halen designed overdrive and more. Well, how is that possible, considering the man's been dead for a little while? Paul Reed Smith launches an Ed Sheeran hollow body baritone. Yeah, I don't like baritone guitars, and I sure don't want no Ed Sheeran stuff, but it's a matter of taste, I guess. I guess Paul Reed Smith, PRS, they think someone will buy this. Meant the Works Monk Echo, the best new pedal at NAMM. Hey, Quest for Gear, sup dude, says Works Music. Hey man, good, how are you? We're just looking at some of the NAMM stuff that I missed. I've been gone 5 days. I didn't get to see this stuff. Doug Wimbish, I don't know who that is. And 50 Years of Spectre. I don't know what any of that stuff is. Some of the stuff just does not look fun. Oh, there she is, the harp girl. And Old Blood Noise and Emily Hopkins, that's her name. There's nothing else like it. She's a fun channel to watch. My girlfriend and I like to watch her, and my girlfriend just bought a harp, sort of inspired by Emily Hopkins. Let's go see if I can find that thing. It's in my girlfriend's office, which we call the Fart Lab Research Center. Let's see if we can find this harp. Oh no, it's not here. What? Where? That's the flute. Where is the harp? I've checked out on gear personally. You checked out on it? You mean you're not buying any? Last purchase was a Behringer BBG Wave. Yeah, you know what? I mean, it's like, what do we really need, you know? I know I have too much gear that I don't need and don't use. Speaking of which, so this is the girlfriend's, she's got her own channel that she neglects. There's her guitars and her pedals. But anyway, when we come in here, she's got this harp. We bought this harp. I think it's a harp in C, so that's probably in C. But yeah, anyway, Emily Hopkins inspired that. Her channel's pretty fun. She hooks a lot of effects pedals to harps. And she's hooked up with the JHS pedal guys. So it's just a good channel. It's just a lot of fun. So if you don't know who Emily Hopkins is, oh yes, C standard, yeah. Yes, I thought so. I'll tell you, Rourke's music. We don't know anything about it. We just strum it like you just seen me do. That's my extent of experience with that harp. Harp practice sounds like absolute torture. Yeah, no kidding. Ah, this looks cool. Ibanez drops the layer delay. This looks like something as cool as like Electro Harmonics pedal. I really like the I don't know. I kind of like that hipster stuff. Sometimes Ibanez makes stuff that looks like it's like 1980s cocaine business mullet rock. But this looks cool. This looks like something more like an indie pedal almost. What else we got? Oh yes, Vox has revived the Valvetronics. I used to have a Valvetronics a long time ago. If you don't know, Rourke says, let me know if anything looks cool for vocals or synth for pedals. Yeah, if you head over to Vic the Synth Guy, he's got that stuff. I had to go 5 days this week. I didn't get to cover any NAMM. I've been in a hotel room all week long. But Vic the Synth Guy, you'll find me talk about him. Well, I can go get you his thing. Oh, you got a VTX? Oh, shoot, I missed your comment. I'll check your comment in a minute. This dude here, Vic the Synth Guy at Vic the Synth, he's been covering NAMM for like 3 weeks, and he's a synth guy, obviously. So, I mean, he knows what's up. Oh, he's also a Klon guy. He's all about the Klons. So, yeah, I had a Valvetronic. Rourke says, I've got a VT40X with a foot switch in the corner. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, you have that already? Oh, I've got a VT40. So, I had a Valvetronics back in the mid-thousands. And it was I don't know, like a 30 watt. It was solid state. And it emulated a few clean fenders, a Marshall, a Dumble, and then some high gain stuff like some Mesa Boogie stuff. Rourke, one of the old ones. Oh, okay, right on. Yeah, so Rourke, I bet you your old one is newer than my old one, because my old one was from like the year 2005 or something like that. It was okay, actually. Vox did what they could. There wasn't a lot of good modeling back then. Of course, the modeling's much better now. Oh boy, here's a surprise. Neural DSP shrinks the quad cortex into a mini powerhouse. Well, that is pretty cool. I got to tell you, I don't love the size of my Fender ToneMaster Pro. I do argue the Fender ToneMaster Pro has the best user interface in the business, but I don't love the size of it. Ooh, Boss's new poly shifter. Oh, that's cool. Can it unseat the whammy? Well, I don't think it matters if it unseats it. We just need more whammy pedals. Hard to get a nice whammy pedal. I'm not into that. I've never been into these with these weird bridges. With these, I don't even know how to change the strings on that stuff. I don't know even. Whenever my girlfriend walks into a room, like a music store, and she sees these, it looks like the crazy teeth on them crazy fish. So she always does this joke that makes me laugh. And she sees it and she goes, woof, 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 because it looks like the guitar's laughing like that with the busted out goof teeth. But anyway, all right, Orange unveils the single channel OR 60 amp head. Alrighty, I gotta admit, I have an Orange amp. I love it very much, but I don't know much about that one. Chewy, what are you doing? What are you doing, big boy? Alrighty. Thanks for joining us, Chewy. What else we got here? Dr. Zed's EQD. When I see Dr. Zed, the first thing that comes to mind for me is expensive. Pretty sure his stuff is high-end and beyond my typical budget. Oh, here's the synth keys and electronic gear. Look at that. The ARP 2600 Blue Marvin. I don't know if you're still with us, Rourke, but that's something. Who put that out? ARP themselves. Oh, man. That's amazing. Look at this thing. Of course, Behringer puts out a blue 2600, but it does not come with a keyboard. Maybe this one doesn't come with a keyboard, but why get the Behringer when you can get the real deal from the real company? Oh, I don't know anything about that. Korg Berlin's Phase 8 is finally here. For years, we've charted the development of the Phase 8. I don't know anything about that. Vic the Synth Guy is your better guide for all this synth stuff that came out of NAMM. Oh, but I know about an Omnichord. Suzuki brings the Omnichord back. Man, what a good year this is in 2026 for NAMM. What a good year this has been, and I missed most of it coming out. I guess we're just catching it now. Bohr Phase 8. Bohr Phase 8. Phase 8. Korg Phase 8. Bohr Phase 8. Is it boring, York? Like, is that not a fun synth? Are you saying it's boring? I don't know a thing about it. I do know that Behringer's putting out this Jupiter 8. I keep telling people the Juno 8, but Behringer's putting out the Jupiter 8 style paraphonic voice. Remember when Behringer announced, yeah, boring. Okay, well, I'll make a note of that. I didn't know. The Phase 8. Is it the Phase? Yeah, really? Okay. All right, yeah, I don't know a thing about it. But I'll keep my eye on that. So that's this one. Yeah. New Chaos pad has RCA outs. Oh man. Oh, I didn't know Mackie put the Chaos pad out. Oh, look at that. Still worth a look though, right? The Tascam Model 24 actually has RCA in, as you probably know. And I hated it at the beginning. I hear what you're saying. I was just like, this is lame. RCAs, what are you doing? But I do use them now. You can see them here. Because I hook my CD player. They're stereo. I could pull the other one out, but they're stereo. I leave my CD player and I have a turntable. And I leave it hooked up to the Tascam Model 24 permanently. So if I ever just want to play a CD or a vinyl record to hear how bad my mixes suck compared to somebody else's commercial music, then they're there. So I hear what you're saying, but I do use the RCA and I don't hate it now that I have it. The Zoom Live Track L20 actually has 2 sets of RCAs. It can be handy, but I hear what you're saying. Like, why did Korg do that? It's a mystery to me. Did DJs use it? Did DJs use RCA equipment? Is that why? What else are we looking at here? iKai unveils the MPC XL. And I'm willing to bet people that use this kind of sampler thing are probably pretty excited about it, but it's just outside the bounds of my world. Rain system, standard, standalone motorized DJ powerhouse. Well, that's way outside my world. Oh, recording and audio. Oh, look at this. I bet you that's worth a watch. The best studio gear, NAMM 2026. I did see this mic by Warm Audio. It's the Retro 64. It's not a mic that I'm familiar with, so I'm not, excited about the emulation. Vic the Synth was complaining about this. The Neumann revives the M50 V2 mic. Again, another mic I don't know a lot about, so I can't be excited about the emulation. Cranbourne targets the hybrid studio sweet spot. The Bricklane MC4 gives engineers hand-on control with 4 balanced inputs, smart monitoring, USB integration. The more hands-on, tactile, twiddly knob control we can get outside the computer, the better, I say. I like when people do this kind of thing. It's easier to mix audio when you can put your hands on the knobs, in my opinion, as opposed to the old keyboard and mouse, which I absolutely loathe using when I'm trying to mix audio. Roland, I've seen this already. Roland puts out a Go mixer. It looks really stupid. It looks really boring. And it looks like something that someone beat them to the punch to on 10 years ago. Like, don't we have this stuff already? Didn't Boss already put this out? Well, I guess Roland and Boss are the same company, but like, this isn't exciting. This looks lame. AKG expands the C series with studio grade condenser line. I am excited about that. I love AKG mics, and who doesn't? Obviously, for, 50 years, they've been putting out the best of the best mics the studio world has to offer. Korg with the Micro Audio 722, an audio interface with real analog byte. Now, this looks interesting because it looks like a monitor controller along the same lines as a Mackie Big Knob or the Behringer passive model controllers or monitor controllers or the Apollos, which are also monitor controllers. So you can see the big knob here and the big knob on this one. Yeah, anytime you can get that monitor control and a big knob in an audio interface, it's a cool idea. I had the big Mackie big knob. It was fine till it broke. I had the Behringer big knob. It was fine. I sold it like an idiot. I should have kept it. So this is up my alley, the Korg. I don't know how good a preamp or an analog to digital converter would be in a Korg audio interface. I don't know. Probably good enough. We will see. Now we're into the drums. The DW TrueCast Bell Bronze, a new snare with rich articular tone. Is that good? I don't know. I don't know enough about drums. I have a couple drum sets down here, but I don't know enough about them. Roland brings the CR78 to software. Recreates the sound and feel of the classic rhythm box using ACB modeling. Okay, so it's a drum plugin. I don't know. It doesn't sound that fun. All right, what else we got? I'm actually looking for this website right here, Gear News. If you're just joining us now, we started off, I read my quest for gear, NAMM Rumors of 1877, where I bring us all the way back to the year 1877, when NAMM first started, and I read the top 10 rumors. So I have a video on that, or you can watch this live video back if you want to see that. But we got on the topic of what was released for NAMM. Now, these are some good-looking basses. Oh, this is new basses, pedals, and updates. All right, let's get into it. Ooh, that looks cool. Court, everyone's favorite Korean company. The new model is a shorter scale. The bass is a 30-inch scale. It promises good handling paired with modern electronics. Equipped with Court Power Sound humbuckers. These days Fender and Squier really are just selling the name, because there are all kinds of other companies that will sell you a precision bass, a jazz bass, even a Hofner-looking bass or a Gretsch-looking kind of a bass, the club bass, for really cheap. So, and there's some new Ibanez SR basses. I bet you these are active. The body is made of African mahogany. A satin polyurethane finish gives these instruments a high-quality look. They look ugly, and I don't like it personally. That's just my personal opinion. Oh, we got a Sans amp, Bass Driver Elite from Tech 21. It's a programmable bass preamp with an onboard analog driver and compressor. There's a red mode. The mode expands functionality of the controls to include preamp filter. So these things can be pretty handy if you don't want to mic up or line in or DI a bass directly. You can have this sort of fake amp, which is a Sans amp, on the floor or on the table. And not a bad idea. I think if you have a Fender Tonemaster Pro or something along that line, then this thing becomes pretty unnecessary. Or if you had like a Quad Cortex or something like that, any of them modelers. The Fender Mustang Micro Plus with an update for basses. The 2026 update transforms the Mustang Micro Plus into an exceptional bass amplifier. Well, here we go with another one of these things. Rourke was complaining about the RCA. Geez, I wonder if we flip this over, what we'd see. I don't think it'd be an RCA. It'd probably be, I suspect it's going to be like some crappy 1/8 inch or 3.5 milliliter like that. I don't know that for sure. I don't have my hopes up. Oh, ESP. So that's that company that I've only recently discovered. All you other guys watching this, you're like, ESP, you don't know ESP Ltd? They're an amazing company. I'm like, guys, I'm late to the party on these ESPs. These are not something I would look at in a music store because they're too new. They're too slick. They're just not in my wheelhouse. I like old guitars with chunks missing out of them. I like old Telecasters. But we did buy the girlfriend an ESP. Geez, was that last year? It had to have been last year. So we will go back into the Fart Lab Research Center where the girlfriend runs her channel, where Elf lives, and I'll pull out the ESP here. Let's just see. It's just too slick for me. Do they make an amazing guitar? Yes. Yes. It looks good. It plays good. It feels good. It's a slick guitar, but I don't like it. I don't want anything to do with it. She likes it. It's her favorite guitar. Fine. I want nothing to do with it. I like old, crappy guitars that I can drop and spill beer on. That's what I'm into. Those ESP Ltds, yes, they're modern miracles. Cutting edge, cut by CNCs. But they're not for me. I don't want them. You guys probably like them. I get a lot of comments about them, about people saying, oh, I can't believe you never heard of it before. It's just not something I would have looked at in the music store. And the prices are good too. You know what? The prices are good too. I think that the one I just showed you, I think I bought that for like $500. Oh, what else we got? What else is new at NAMM? That's it? That's lame. That was a short list. What about Guitar World? Oh, now we're back to rumors. I could do, what the? Clearly music matters the most for her. She's just like, it's all about the music. She's like, it took me 3 hours to put this crap on, but it's all about the music with me. My music is so good. I don't even need a gimmick. I don't even need a gimmick because it's all about the music with me. What do we got here? Oh, what's his name? Old what's his name? Hawking his PRS Silver Sky. I hear these are amazing. Not something I would buy. I was talking to Vic the Synth about this dude. Vic was complaining. I said, Vic, I wouldn't buy this guy's CDs, but you got to admit he is one of the greatest guitar players right now. I've seen him with Eric Clapton playing better than Eric Clapton. Hey, Rourke's got 4 Harley Bentons. I'll tell you what, I have had Harley Bentons in my cart 1,000 times. And I want to bring them into Canada. ST Modern Carlos Arsenio model. I'm not sure. Is that the Harley Benton? Because that sounds like ST. It sounds like a Strat from Harley Benton. I have carted up so many Harley Bentons. I'm super interested in them. I'll tell you what, though. Every time I go to do it, they're not in stock, man. Right? And I am not opposed to buying Harley Benton B stock. John Mayer is definitely talented. Oh yeah. Oh dude, I know. I don't own John Mayer albums, okay? But I've seen the dude smoke Eric Clapton on stage, right? Like Eric Clapton comes out and does the best he can, and John Mayer walks up effortlessly and just knocks him off the stage. I understand the thing. It's just not a guitar for me. Wife and I saw John Mayer play last summer. Dude deserves the credit. Oh, yeah. No, I'm saying that. Even, I think people think because he kind of plays like girly soft rock sometimes, it sounds like our crappy radio stations around here. How should I say this? He almost sounds like light rock, which I guess he kind of is. Yeah, pop rock. Yeah, right. But no, he's a guitar legend already. He just is. He's right up there with Jack White and oh, who's the blues guy? The guy that's been playing since he was 8 years old. John Bonamana. John Bonamana. Joe Bonamassa. Somebody correct me here. Joe Bonamassa. Stevie Ray. Okay, we'll just go with Stevie Ray. Yeah. John Mayer's a fantastic. Yes. Bonamassa. Well, I don't think that helped me. That made it worse. But yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Who else we got here? Oh, here's one of these. Bonamassa Horda Guitaro. Yeah, with Nerdville, right? Yeah, Joe Bonamassa has Nerdville. That guy's sitting on like 8 Dumble amps or some crazy thing. These, my girlfriend sees these. If you didn't catch the show earlier with the teeth sticking down, we will go into the music store. She makes me laugh every time because she'll point, and she has no filter. She doesn't care who's watching. But when she sees a guitar with the teeth like this, she points and she goes, as if it's got like goofy teeth. It makes me laugh every time, and it makes everybody look over. Well, we already seen this on another page. Yeah, bro, he's trying to crossbred with the vintage Dumbles. Oh, no kidding. Yeah. Yeah, he said he just bought another one recently. He said he was done buying Dumbles because he knows, like, that it's just sort of not fair anymore that he owns 8 Dumbles. But anyway, we'll see. If Nerdville ever burns down, we will all weep. The amount of stuff that guy's hoarding. What does Laney put out? Billy Corgan Super Grace pedal amp. Okay, well, I'm into this. How do I read about this thing? I don't know. This is a weird list. This is a really weird list. Billy Corgan has condensed his tone of his $100,000 Smashing Pumpkins rig into the new 629 Laney Black Country Custom Super Grace pedal. And he tells Guitar World he's even tested in front of 60,000 My Chemical Romance fans. Rourke says, it's like a super rich dude's personal pawn shop of vintage gear. Yeah, you know what? It is that, but it's actually a little more serious than that. It's more like a super important cultural museum. Like, what is that crazy museum there is in the United States where all the really, really important stuff goes? The name escapes me, but it's more than just a pawn shop. It is a very important cultural collection. All right, let's see what else. Well, Keith Richards got that. Yeah, the Smithsonian. Yeah, that's right. The Smithsonian. That's the word I couldn't think of. There's a new Friedman that I'll never afford. What else we got here? It's weird. They didn't do a picture for every. They did not do a picture for every item that Guitar World talks about. These Ibanez's are not in my wheelhouse. Oh, what's Slash doing? We'll have to find the article about Slash. I cannot find it. Oh, Seymour Duncan has released its 3rd set of signature Slash pickups. They're the same humbuckers that were fitted into Slash's back to the beginning Gibson SG. Oh, that's cool. Slash with an LSG. I'm into that. I think that's the end of this article. Well, hey, we're just trying to scour gear from 2026, because at the beginning of this video I'd put out my quest for gear. NAMM Rumors of 1877, when I went all the way back to 1877 and read the top 10 rumors. You didn't even know NAMM was around in 1877, but it is, and I've got all the rumors from it. So then from there, we segued over to trying to find gear from 2026 and talking about it. Holy Hannah, what is this? An SSL? Is that a giant SSL? Yes, clearly. Look at the style of the knobs. Clearly it's an SSL. Solid State Logic Origin Evo. It's the new Origin Evo consoles, a must-see. Available in 16 and 32 channel versions. The new Evo consoles feature everything you know and love about the original Origin desks. That's pretty cool. You know, having missed so much NAMM 2026 this year, but have been peaking, like having little peaks. It's their modular board. Oh, I don't know. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was the whole console. But having missed so much of NAMM 2026 this year and just sort of peeking in at little news headlines that filter into my phone while I was busy, It looked like it was a big year for consoles, too. EMI had put out something that looked like one of the original red desks. We'll see if that's in this list. New at NAMM 2026, the solid-state Logic Origin Evo console. Someday. Oh, what do we got here? The Empirical Labs EL8XXX Distressors, kicking off the NAMM show in celebration in honor of the Distressors' 30th anniversary. I had no idea the Distressors come up on 30 years. I remember when they first came out. And I only recently bought the Universal Audio Distressor plugin. I don't own a real Distressor. They're very expensive in Canada, but I would love to. So it looks like they put out a 30th anniversary edition of that. Here we've got a Wes Audio NG Sum Box, which is obviously a summing box. What else we got here? Cranboard Audio, that's that Brick Lane MC4, so you can get tactile on your mixes. You can reach out and grab a knob, which to me, there's just nothing better than that when you're mixing. I hate the keyboard mouse mixing. So the more companies that do this, the better, in my opinion. We've got the Dangerous Music BAX 500. This may be the only 500 series gear to come out this year. This is the first piece of 500 series gear I have seen come out of NAMM 2026, honestly. Just no one's dealing... Whoa! Nobody's dealing with it anymore. I think I might have lost you guys. I lost the phone there. Let's see. Warm Audio Retro 64. That's that microphone I don't know anything about. What else? Oh, here we go. This is what I was talking about. The EMI. That's supposed to be an EMI red desk. If you don't know what the red desk is, it's the Research and Engineering Development Department of EMI, better known as Abbey Road Studios. It's what the Beatles would have used all the way from, maybe not Please Please Me, but right after that up until Abbey Road, because then White Album, they started to dive into Trident Studios, so they would have used the Trident consoles. And then they got 8-track at the White Album. And then at Abbey Road, they changed over the TG 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 console, which then went on to produce Pink Floyd. That was put into service for Pink Floyd. And I think Tubular Bells. Who does Tubular Bells? I know you guys will help me out. And the, what's his name? The So-and-So Experience. He was a producer at Abbey Road. All that awesome stuff was on that solid state EMI TG 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this is a great console if you like everything from, With the Beatles, Hard Day's Night, Help, Rubber Soul, Revolver, Sgt. Pepper, Magical Mystery Tour, Yellow Submarine, White Album, Let It Be, and then not Abbey Road, because that was the TG 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 console. English musician Mike Oldfield. Thank you, Rourke. I think Mike Oldfield did his probably on. Well, now I'm tripping over myself. I'm not going to say that then, but I'll tell you that Alan Parsons used the hell out of this. All right. Oh, they call it the Chandler Limited Red Mixing System, and we can buy it. They're going to sell this to us. This is insane. We're going to be able to buy this thing. This piece of gear we're most excited to check out is the Chandler Limited. Well, I'm out with the name Chandler. I'm out because I can't afford anything with Chandler. I can't afford the power supplies on these suckers. When Chandler puts out a piece of gear, the power supply is more money than I spend on anything. It's still exciting though. Here's this Neumann thing again. The 50V. Burl Audio, again, a company I cannot afford to buy anything from. Bigfoot optical compressor. I'm sure it's amazing. Burl is synonymous with expensive quality. You see that Burl name? Then you're talking like high-end studios are like, we can't afford that. You call down to Nashville, you call Blackbird Studios, say, hey, you want to buy one of them Burls? And Blackbird Studios in Nashville, probably the greatest music studio in the world, is like, we can't really afford them Burls. Well, it's like, well, then who can? Then who can? If high-end studios don't want to buy Burl because it's so expensive, then who? Are there Rothschilds buying audio processing gear, right? Like, are the 13 families buying audio processor gear? Do they have home studios? I don't think so. Anyway, what else we got here? Ooh, Neve has put out. Now, this would be, AMS Neve, right? Proper Neve. Drop not one, not two, but 3 exciting new products. New EQ. And then a channel strip, And then a mastering grade 24 by 24 analog converter for Dante. Jeez. What a great year for NAMM this has been, you know? And I am just getting the trickle here. Work says all going to Ukrainian drum and bass producers, courtesy of the U.S. taxpayer. Yes. Oh, yes. Nobody has a stock studio full of barrel like Zelensky and his parents. In fact, here's a NAMM 2026 rumors for you. Zelensky's yacht's got burl. It's a burl yacht. The whole yacht's burl, right? I mean, when you've got trillions and no money, you know, money's no object. Here's that MPC thing. MPC Ikai. Get the Rupert Neves Designs OptoFet. So you got your Neve, and then you got your Rupert Neve. And if you don't know, well, Rupert Neve had sold Neve to AMS, right? I could have that history wrong. But if you want Rupert Neve, well then, rest in peace, you know, you buy Rupert Neve. And I've got his tape sim for my 500 series rack. I love it. I just love it. It only makes about a 5% difference. I'm not being sarcastic. But the 5% difference it makes is lovely. It's the 542 tape sim. There is a real tape head in there. Obviously, there's not real tape, but there's a real tape head in there and huge transformers. It's a heavy piece. It's a very heavy piece to hold in your hand because there's so much going on in it. And it just makes, it's the last 5% of whatever you throw in it, and it just makes whatever you do, the snare, the kick, the bass guitar, the acoustic guitar, whatever you run through it, it just makes it sound lovely, expensive, a little heavier, a little gooier, a little vintagier. And so I will record whatever I record. Here's a, what do you call these things? Xylophone? Glockenspiel? It just sounds like a German swear word. Glockenspiel! Glockenspiel! Whatever it is. Whatever you're recording, you can process it during the recording, during the tracking, or you can do it afterwards. The Tascam Model 24 is great for post-processing because it does have the auxes out and it has the sub-outs. The Tascam Model 2400, which I don't have, has even more sub-outs and auxes out. I think it has 5 outs, and you can process it through something like this, a Rupert Neve 542, and then process it back in, bouncing it to another track. And it's just, it's lovely. It's very worth it. It makes your tracks sound more expensive, and it makes them sound like they hit tape. Now, that's hard for me to say because my tape experience was back in the 90s when I had 4-track. I've had 4 tracks recently. And then we recorded 8-track to 1/4 inch, and we, of course, mixed down to tape. That was my experience with tape. I don't have near the experience. Some of you guys that are 50, 60 years old now have more experience with tape. But it does add that lovely vintage 5% shine. So if you can afford, what does that thing cost? $1,100 Canadian? Just sitting there, because I want my tracks to sound 5% better. If you're cool to afford that, then it's worth it. Now, I'm a cheapskate, but I love that piece of gear, and I'm not going to sell it again, because I already did that, and it was a big mistake. All right. Rourke says they're 750 USD used. Yeah, that sounds right. So, yeah, 1,100 Canadian with tax. Geez, that'd be about 1,400 Canadian. Yes, that sounds right. Have you done the shootout with the tape emulation plugin? Rourke asks. No, but I own a lot of tape emulation plugins, including the Universal Audio. I have Universal Audio's mastering tape plugin, and as well as the one that's just for tracking mostly. Thanks for the idea. I'll shoot them out, and I'll do it meticulously, like through the board, not just yelling into my phone like I am now. Thank you for the idea. I will do it. What else we got here? Elisa Chanex One. It's a channel strip, is a one-stop shop for great sound. It's a high-end preamp, a dynamic equalizer, an easy-to-use compressor, zero latency monitor selection. Again, anytime you can get outside your DAW and actually put your hands on a knob or a button, I am for it. We got some EX Ex Machina studio monitors. I don't know a thing about them. We've got the United Studio Technologies Vintage 87. Now, I don't know a damn thing about United Studio Technologies, but I know a Vintage 87 probably wants to be a Neumann U87. SSL puts out a US interface. SSL has been putting out a lot of not cheap, but affordable, nice stuff. And you like to see that because the younger people can't afford the mid-tier crap that I buy. I can't afford Burrow, but I can afford the mid-tier stuff. But you want to be able to see the young kids be able to afford nice stuff. And SSL has been doing that this last, I would say, 5 years. What else we got here? We got the Yamaha CC1 USB controller. It looks like they've copied PreSonus with a little one fader. I bet you that's motorized. A little transport control, some track listing. That looks really cool. I'm glad, you know, I do like monitor dock controllers, so that's good news. Aventone, designed to pair perfectly with CLA monitors. It's a 10-inch active sub. I'm not interested in that. You guys might like that. I've got my my Yamaha HS8s don't need a sub. They put out enough bass on their own. I did have we do have the Yamaha HS5s around here. Those require a sub, so I've got one right here. That's a Yamaha HS5, and I use that on my my modular stuff. This is all covered up. I've got Eurorack modular down there. I got a Moog Grandma. I got a Behringer Model D in here, and then the girlfriend uses the HS5s as like as her, what is this, a Mac? She's got a Mac in here, a little Mac Mini. So she uses the HS5s with this M Audio thing with this. So that's for her post-production. Or if she just wants to do like a talking head. So we have the Yamaha HS5s, but let me tell you why you can't just mix on them. You can't just mix on them because you would need a sub. You would need a sub. I'm just telling you, they're not enough on their own. You would have to have a sub. So you step up into the 7s or the 8s. This happens to the Yamaha HS8s. And you don't need the sub. There's enough bass there. And there's room correction. Obviously, my room is not the greatest room. I don't have high ceilings. So there are room correction controls on the back. And you just sort of measure and calculate how far away from the wall you are, and you just hit these little switches. It's not as advanced as some of the high-end KRK stuff, but it works pretty darn good. What do you want in a monitor? You want the truth. Well, that's the truth. I mean, by the time I get it to my van, which is where I do my final listening, I do all my final listening of mixes and masters in my van, which is just a crappy caravan. Whatever happened on the Yamaha HS8s and then followed me out to the van, I'm fairly happy with. So, well, hey, we're starting to yammer here. I appreciate you guys joining me. And ultimately, this video was about the Quest for Gear NAMM Rumors of 1877, where we went back all the way to 1877 and picked up those old rumors. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you for your comments. Like and subscribe if you haven't. It's going to be a good year here at Quest for Gear, and I'm looking forward to getting back to work. Looking forward to being your gear library, where we pick up every last piece of gear we can get our hands on, and we talk about it. And then we do another video where we don't talk about it. You know, them no-talk videos? Because sometimes you guys don't want to hear me talk. You're just saying, hey, just use the gear and shut up, dummy. Which I get that, and we'll do that too. So, all right, Rourke and Felix and everybody else that I don't see, thank you so much, guys. Hey, talk to you all later. I am going to shut this video down, which is always a disaster. All right, thanks, everybody. See you later.